Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Devotees, we are going to read verse number 20 of chapter number. Okay, sorry. Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So we are reading Canto 4, chapter 30, verse number 20. So, Navyavad Driddaye Yajgyo Brahmaitad Brahmavadibihi Na Muhyanti Na Sochanti Na Hrishyanti Yato Gataha Navyayad Driddaye Yajgyo Brahmaitad Brahmavadibihi Na Muhyanti Na Sochanti Na Hrishyanti Yato Gataha Navyavad Driddaye Yajgyo Brahmaitad Brahmavadibihi Na Muhyanti Na Sochanti Na Hrishyanti Yato Gataha Navyayad Driddaye Yajgyo Brahmaitad Brahmavadibihi Na Muhyanti Na Sochanti Na Hrishyanti Yato Gataha. So, people, devotees, you can take turns to read this verse if you want to. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandot Pranam. Nabhyavat Hridaye Yagno Brahma Itad Brahma Vadivi Na Muyanti No Shochanti Na Rishanti Yato Gataha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I am also trying.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Nabhyavad Hridaye Jajikyo Brahmaitad Brahmavadibi Na Muhyanti Na Shochanti Na Rishanti Yato Gataha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you. Dandot Pranam, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Nabhyavad Hridaye Jajgo Brahmaitad Brahmavadibihi Na Muhyanti Na Shochanti Na Hrishanti Yato Gataha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, so someone can read the synonyms.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yeah.
Nabhyavad, ever increasingly fresh. Hridaye, in the heart. Yat, as. Gyo, the supreme knower. Paramatma. Brahmo, Brahman. Etad, this. Brahmavadibihi, by the advocates of the absolute truth. No, never. Muhyanti, are bewildered. No, never. Shochanti, lament. No, never. Rishanti, are jubilant. Yataha, when. Gataha, have attained. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So, yes, translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, please, someone can read the translation and then also the purport.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I am reading the
Yes,
translation.
yes.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Always engaging in the activities of devotional service, devotees feel ever increasingly fresh and new in all their activities. The all-knower, the super soul within the heart of the devotee, makes everything increasingly fresh. This is known as the Brahman position by the advocates of the absolute truth. In such a liberated stage, Brahmabhuta, one is never bewildered, nor does one lament or become unnecessarily jubilant. This is due to the Brahmabhuta situation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, please, someone can read the purport.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. A devotee is inspired by the super soul within the heart to advance in devotional service in a variety of ways. The devotee does not feel hackneyed or stereotyped, nor does not he feel, does nor does he feel that he is in a stagnant position. In the material world, if one engages in chanting a material name, he will feel tired after chanting a few minutes. However, one can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra all day and night and never feel tired. As chanting is increased, it will come out new and fresh. Srila Rupa Goswami said, if he could somehow get millions of ears and tongues, then he would relish spiritual bliss by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This is really, there is really nothing uninspiring for a highly advanced devotee. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that He is situated in everyone's heart and that He helps the living entity forget and remember by the grace of the Lord, the devotee gets inspiration. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam pritipurbakam dadami buddhijogam tam yena mamupayanti te. To those who are constantly devoted and worship me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. Bhagavad Gita 10.10. As stated, Koshala Karmanam, those engaged in auspicious activities in the devotional service are guided by the super soul, described in this verse as Gya, one who knows everything, past, present, and future. Sorry. The super soul gives instruction to the sincere, unalloyed devotee on how he can progress more and more in approaching the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Srila Rupa Jiva Goswami in this connection says that the super soul, the planetary expansion of the personality of Godhead, exists in everyone's heart. But in the heart of the devotee, he reveals himself as ever increasingly new. Being inspired by him, the devotee experiences increased transcendental bliss in the execution of his devotional service. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutala Srimate Radha Govinda Goswami Niti Namine. Namaste Prabhupada Devam Gauravani Prachari Nirvisha Sunyavadi Grama Jani Nistarine. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna devotees. Thank you once again for joining us this morning for the Srimad Bhagavatam class. So we have this verse. Who spoke this verse? Who's speaking?
Prabhuji, it is Maitreya speaking to Vidur originally,
Hmm.
but here the Supreme Personality of Godhead is telling the Prachetas.
Yes, correct. The Prachetas, of course, the story was the Katha had taken another 10 because we know that Lord Shiva had given the song, devotional song to the Prachetas. What was that song known as?
Rudra Git, Prabhu.
Rudra Gita.
Rudra Geet. So Lord Shiva had given the song, which is a devotional song, glorifying the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And so Lord Shiva had given, and Lord Shiva had gone, and then after that, the Pracheta started um, performing devotional service to the Lord. So they were chanting that Rudra Geet and perform very severe devotional service and severe austerities. And we know that the Katha had taken another 10. So what was the Katha then? After that, it was Naradji going to who? The father of the Prachetas. Who's the father of the Prachetas?
Prachin Varishan.
Prachin Barishat. Prachin Barishat's, these are Prachin Barishat's sons. The sons of Prachin Barhi, and what's the name of the mother? The mother's name is
Mm.
Satyadruti, is it? The daughter of the ocean, is it? Yes. So she after they were sent by the father to perform austerity so that they could beget children. We know that he was fortunate enough to meet Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva gave this Rudra Geet to the Prachetas. And then just after that, we also hear that Naradji goes to Prachin Barishat, who was performing. So he goes to the father to deliver the father, and the father was busy performing. The sons were performing devotional service, and the father was performing
Karmakanda activities.
Yeah.
karmakanda activities. And
Mm.
Naradji was very, very merciful, very, very compassionate, and he goes to deliver the father, and then he sings the song. Actually, he tells one story, allegorical story initially. What was that story?
Story of Puranjan. King.
Puranjan. Puranjan story. He tells the Puranjan story, and then he couldn't understand. So he asked again, please explain, I haven't understood. And then he spoke directly, and he talks about devotional service, and he purified him. So Naradji's preaching was very, very effective, and he could understand. Now what's happening is um, Prachetas, they are performing austerities, very, very severe austerities, and and under the direction of Lord Shiva, which is actually devotional service, which is Divya Tapo Divyam. As you know, uh, Rishabdev advised his sons, Tapo Divyam Putrakayana Sapvam Sudhet Brahma Saukyam Tvanantam. Performed divine austerity. So they these austerities are normal, not ordinary austerities. They performed uh, um, austerities, and how we know that these the austerities that the Prachetas performed is not on a material platform. How would you know that? Because Lord appeared, isn't it true? If it is on a material platform, will the Lord appear?
No, Prabhu.
No.
No, the Lord appeared. Of course, they were given the guidance by the topmost Vaishnava, Lord Shiva. And then Lord appeared, and Lord is actually asking them to get what is the Lord?
Benediction.
Hmm?
To get benediction. He is pleased
Yeah,
to be there.
Yeah.
yeah, very, very pleased, and is asking them for benediction. He's also giving some instructions also. So Lord is directly asking them to get what have we discussed in the previous verses? To get married, isn't it true?
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
The Lord is asking them to get married. Is the one That's one of the instructions, and Lord is actually saying that who they should get married to, because how many prachetas were there?
10.
10 prachetas. Yeah, 10 prachetas were there, and Lord is saying to them, all of you prachetas, you have got the same nature and everything, so
Yeah.
you all get married to one girl.
Yeah. What daughter of
So we
Purvachiti.
see a very, very special case. Um, we have um, 10 husbands for the same girl. Lord is saying, you accept. All of you have one wife. Just like we see that in the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the Mahabharata, there's someone who had 5 husbands. Who was
Yeah,
that?
Draupadi.
Draupadi. But can every woman have 5 husbands or 10 husbands?
No.
No, only one. But these are special cases. It's only Lord actually sanctioned. Even in Mahabharata, it's mentioned that first, of course, Kunti Maharani said, and then Vyasdev also said, and Krishna also authorized. So that's why Draupadi could have 5 husbands. And here we can see that Lord directly is saying to the Prachetas that all of you, get married to the daughter of who was she? What was the name of this girl? What's the name of the girl? The girl that Prachetas will get married to.
Marisha.
Marisha, correct. Marisha. And the father and the mother of the girl is? The father is? So there was one. It's mentioned previous verses.
Yeah.
Lord is actually mentioned.
Page
Huh?
2.
Huh? What's the name?
Page Kandu.
Kandu. You see, Kandu. And the mother is Apsara. What's the name of the Apsara?
Pramalocha.
Huh? Pramalocha.
Pramalocha.
Pramalocha is the mother's name. Mother and father, Pramalocha and Kandu Rishi. And so Lord is saying that you get married. And then, so Lord is giving, because we know that in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord is giving instructions about knowledge. What is knowledge? Asakti ranabhisanga putra dar griyadisu nityam cha samachitam ishtanisto upatisu. What is the meaning of that verse? It is from the 13th chapter when Lord is talking about knowledge. What is knowledge? So it says asakti ranabhisanga putra dar grihadisu. What is the meaning of that? Asakti ranabhisanga. One should not be
Attached to.
Attached.
One should not be attached.
one should not be attached to putra, da,
Wife.
Son, wife, and the family.
yeah,
Grihadishwar.
grihadisu.
Children.
Should not be attached, and also anabhisanga means not entangled. And Lord Krishna is saying, and now Lord is actually saying that you should get married. Even we see in the case of Karda Muni who was performing austerities, and when Lord comes, we know that Lord actually says that you go to get married. Manu Maharaj will come with his daughter, whose name is Lord is saying to Kardam Rishi. What is he saying? That Manu Maharaj will come with his daughter, whose name is
Devahuti.
Devahuti. So you accept Devahuti as the wife, and then Lord Krishna, Lord is saying that I will also appear as your son. Isn't it true?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So that's
Lord Gopala.
yeah, Lord, and he actually wanted to beget progeny, and he went to perform austerity. Then Lord directly came and said, "I'm going to choose a wife for you." So we know that sometimes the brahmacharis, they want to get married, but if they have strong devotion to the Lord, then the Lord will arrange a nice wife for them so that they can continue devotional service. So these brahmacharis, the prachetas, Lord arranged the wife. We see in the case of Karda Muni, who arranged the wife. Lord directly said, "You, Manu Maharaj's daughter, Manu Maharaj will bring his daughter, whose name is Devahuti. You please accept Devahuti as the wife." And although he was a renounced person, very renounced, he was a sadhu and he was performing very, very severe austerities. Still, a prince, he could get um, a princess as his wife. If he had put in his own effort, he wouldn't get such a qualified wife. I mean, who is already, princess, and not only that, she was very, very qualified. She saved. It's mentioned that she saved her husband, just like Mata Parvati saves Lord
Lord
Shiva.
Shiva.
Yeah, just like Mata Parvati saves Lord Shiva. So he was saving the husband in that way. So and that was Lord choosing the wife for Kardam Rishi. Here, Lord is saying to Lord appeared because of the Rudra Geet, and Lord appeared and says to the Prachetas, you accept um, Marisha as your wife, and then all of you, all 10 of you, you get married to same girl. And then the question he may ask, of course, and Lord is also saying that you will be able to rule for how many years? With you will be able to enjoy this material world for how many years?
Millions of
1 million years.
1 million celestial years. So that's quite a long period. So you'll be able to rule for those many years. You have to, you can enjoy, you can stay in this material world for those many years. It's a very long period of, enjoyment for them in this material world. And then, but the question is that, uh, how can, he, how can they remain in this world and not get bound? And then, so the West, before this, number 19, Lord is saying how you can remain free from bondage, and how you can all um, come to me. What is he saying in the verse number 19, which is the one previous to this? How can you?
He is telling that if they give the results of their activities to the Supreme Personality of Godhead
Mm,
and pass their life engaged in the devotional service of the Lord, then they will not be engaged in
mm.
the material world.
Kushala
Yeah,
Karamana,
yeah, Kushala
Kushala
Karma.
Karamana, which is actually devotional service. Kushala Karamana, I mean, it's also mentioned Madvarta Yatayamana.
Mm.
Madvarta Yatayamana. What is the meaning of Madvarta?
The topics about me. Yeah,
Yeah,
talking about me.
discussing the topics about me. That means the katha, speaking, hearing
Yeah.
about the Lord. Madvarta. So yat yamanam. So which means always hearing about the
Lord's
pastime of
glory.
the Lord,
Yeah, first
about
time.
the pastime, which means katha. Na badhaya grihamataha. Because of that one, you will not become entangled in the
Material life.
Greek in the household affairs. You may do all those things, but you will not get bound. Mad madvarta. So now Lord is continuing in this verse. So is continuing um, in verse number 20. What he's saying that if you do this, if you continue hearing about me, that navya means
Yeah, ever fresh.
navyavat. So everything that you do will actually be always in the heart. It will always be ever increasingly
New.
Fresh.
new and fresh, ever increasingly fresh and new. In all activities that you do, if you hear about the Lord, if you hear about me, the Lord is saying that everything that you do will ever remain ever fresh. This is a not only for the prachetas, it is meant for all of us. How we can remain free from entanglement, how we can remain free from attachment, although we associate with people with material things. So how we can remain free from that entanglement. So uh, hearing the Lord's katha, the topics of about the Lord, and then this verse is actually a continuation. Everything will remain fresh in the heart. And Prabhupada actually talks about the holy name of the Lord, uh, because we know that the first verse of the sixth ashtakam. What is the first verse of the sixth ashtakam? In the first verse, Lord says, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Cheto darpana marjanam bhavamahadava agni nirvapanam Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadu
Jivana.
Janam Anandambudi Vardhanam Pratipadam Purna Amrita Swadanam Sarvatmana Snapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna
Krishna Kirtan.
Sankirtana. So
Sankirtan.
Anandambudi Vardhanam Pratipadam. What is the meaning of that? Pratipadam Anandam Buddhi Anandam Ambudhi Vardhanam. Ambudhi means
Ambudhi is ocean.
ocean. Anand Ambudhi means
Ocean of bliss.
ocean of bliss. Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam means
Ever increasing.
increasing. Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratipadam. Pratipadam means every
Step.
every step. Every step it is ever increasing. The bliss increases. If the bliss increases, would you want to do less or more?
More.
More.
Is the taste increasing? When we chanting the holy name, are we getting more taste or are we getting less taste? If we are getting less taste, that means
We are not progressing.
we are
Yeah.
not doing something right.
Yes.
Right? If we are losing taste, if you say, oh, I have been chanting for so many years, why should I chant? That should be enough. If you're thinking like that, or if you get tired of chanting, oh, what a burden. Why do we have to do this every day? Again, the same thing. That means we haven't got the taste. The taste is not increasing. That means the taste is decreasing. That means something is wrong somewhere. So if it should be increasing. This is when as more we do chanting, the more we would like to do. The more we hear about the Lord, the more we will want to hear. Material things, the taste should be
Decreasing.
decreasing. Spiritual things, the taste should be
Increasing.
increasing. Increasing. Oh, I've heard the katha, I want to hear more. I want to hear more about the Lord. Or I want to hear every day. I want to read the Bhagavatam every day. I want to hear about Lord Krishna every day. This Damodar Mas, I want to hear about him every day. Any katha comes, I just want to hear. What is the use of, although they call it the news, actually it's not news. Does it remain ever fresh and ever new?
No.
No.
Just momentarily.
Just read it and it becomes never remains new. Right? And it's just and also it just distracts us and all it's of no use to us. But when we hear about the Lord again and again, then it gets all this get more and more relishing. Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadanam. So that's what is mentioned about the katha. And so who is facilitating this? Now Navyavat Hridaya. Hridaya means because Hridaya, because of the Sandhi rules, it becomes Navyavat, and Hridaya becomes Navyavat Hridaya. So Hridaya means in the heart. Ever, it becomes what do you call, ever increasing and ever fresh and ever new and more. We want to relish more and more. And who is facilitating this? The
So, yeah, Paramatma.
Paramatma, Gyaha.
Mm.
Gyaha means the Nava. The Supreme Nava is in everyone's heart. And who is that Supreme Nava? Is no other than Krishna. He says in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarvasya Chamardi Sannivishto Matta Smriti Jnanam Apohanam Ja Vedascha Sarve Rahame Vedo Vedanta Krit Veda Vedeja. He is the one who is living in everyone's heart. So he is the one who is making this happen. He's the one. Uh, so he's saying, and actually the Lord Himself is instructing the Prachetas that this is actually Brahma Vadina Vadibihi, the knowers of the Brahma Vadibi means those who are knowers of absolute truth, Tattva Vedas. Those people who know, they call it which kind of platform? Brahma Etad Brahma Vadibi. They call it Brahman
More book
platform.
stage.
Brahma Etad Brahma Vadibi. Brahma Vadibi is the advocates of Prabhupada writes of the super absolute truth. The Brahma Vadis call this which kind of platform? Brahma Etad, Brahman platform. Or we have, of course, we have the one verse in the Bhagavad Gita also. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Na
Na
Sochati
Pachati, na Kankshati.
Na Kankshati.
Mm.
Hmm?
Sama sarveshu bhuteshu madbhaktim labde para.
Sama
Madbhakti
Sarvesu Bhutesu Mad Bhaktim Lavate Param.
Lavate Param.
So this is Brahma Bhuta platform. Brahma Bhuta platform. So Lord is that same Lord, who spoke the Bhagavad Gita, is saying now to the Prathetas that um, that Lord will make everything. If you, of course, Lord is giving instructions. All the instructions. You accept this wife, and you will not get entangled like mud, madvarta, madvarta, yat yamanam. Always, always hearing about me. You'll not get entangled, and you will experience ever increasing bliss, and you'll remain in that Brahman platform. You will be in the Brahman platform. And na muhyanti, na sochanti, na hrisyanti yato gataha. What else he is saying? It, of course, the same. If it's basically the same as the Brahma Bhuta platform, Brahma Bhuta West, which is given in the Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatmana Sochati Na Kankshati Sama Sarvesu Bhutesu Mad Bhaktim Lavate Param. That same similar verse, this one here. And Lord is giving the assurance. Just like we see, Dhruv Maharaj, after performing devotional service, he became the king. He ruled for so many years. But did he get entangled?
No.
No. He ruled for so many years, but he never got entangled. When the time came, he left.
Mm.
He left. And we see also, um, uh, Kardam Rishi. Kardam Rishi became a Grihastha. He became a Grihastha, and his Grihastha life is very, very very different when you think about it. He even took his wife on a not only world tour, but he took his wife on a tour to the different
Even planets.
planets, different planets. And he had created not people move from one place to the other, and they have small motor homes, like which can only go on and there has to be some right parking places, and you have to go to some what do you call those camping sites, and you plug
Mm.
to some electricity, or there can be shower. But it was like a whole flying city which could move anywhere and everywhere. That kind of opulence he had in the Grasta life. But did that entangle him? If you look at the katha, what happens is, when he had son, the son is the Lord, Kapil Bhagwan. And as soon as the son is born, and then he takes he takes sannyas.
Yes.
If he was entangled, would he be able to free himself?
No.
No. He was not entangled. That's why he was able to free himself. Right. He had created such a huge flying city, but he was not entangled at all, neither to the children nor to his
Right.
wife. Devahuti was very, very beautiful. She was the daughter of a princess, and it's described how beautiful she was. Devahuti, when she was even when Gandharva was going on in the plane, in their airplane, that Gandharva fell down just because of seeing Devahuti from the plane. How beautiful she must have been, isn't it true?
Yes.
But that beauty could not actually keep him at home, and all the opulence, all the things, he was so renounced. This is actually the mercy of the Lord for the pure devotees who actually accept Grasta life. And here, Lord is directly saying to Prachetas. And we see also in the case of the Pandavas. Pandavas were, here we have um, Prachetas being given very wonderful advice by the Lord. And we also see that Pandavas, 5 Pandavas, of course, they had Draupadi as the wife, but they all of them had other wives as well, because Arjuna also had other wives, and Bhima also had other wives. Uh, so, and the thing is, but they did not get entangled. Did the Pandavas get entangled?
No.
Even when they were in the forest, they had all the Brahmanas actually followed them. Many Brahmanas wanted to. They actually followed all the Yudhishthir and others. And then why did they follow him?
Because he was under their protection, and so
Yeah,
such a nice
yeah.
king.
So he was there. Yeah, that's very true, because he was a great king, and then and who would they want to be with? Duryodhan or Dhritarashtra and them, or would they prefer to be with the Pandavas in the forest?
No.
They wanted
Huh?
to remain in the Pandavas, and even
Yeah,
in
they wanted to be with
forest.
the Pandavas in the forest, because it's better to associate with be under the control of such king. And so they all decided to follow him when they had to go to the forest for 12 years. Of course, 13 years. The 13th year was the Agyatwas, and they followed, and yeah, and there Yudhishthir Maharaj actually got this patra, and the patra was entirely just to feed the Brahmanas, the Akshay patra, because he wanted to feed the Brahmanas, and every day he would be hearing from them. And we also see, like we recently we have been in our Zoom class, we have been reading Mahabharat, and in that we see Yudhishthir being, Yudhishthir and all the Pandavas hearing from all the sages, and they're also hearing Ram Katha. Who was speaking the Ram Katha? We discussed recently. Does anyone remember? Which Rishi was speaking? Do you remember? It was
Markandeya,
Yes, Prabhu?
Markandeya Muni.
Yes, correct. Thank you, Prabhu. Markande Muni. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Markande Rishi. It was Markande Rishi speaking Ram Katha. In this Mahabharata also is Ram Katha. a little bit in summary, in not in details, of course. The most detailed Ram Katha is pastimes of the Lord Ramchandra is found in the Ramayana of Valmiki. But we see there is a summary of Ramayana given in the Mahabharata as well. And Markanda Rishi is speaking. And so they were hearing Katha, even in the forest. That's how important Hari Katha is. Even Yudhishthir, when he asked Naraji, how, like we Grastas, we are Grastas, we are householders, how can we attain the destination that is attained by the sannyasis? He calls himself Griha Muradhi. Griha Muradhi. We are so unintelligent. Griha Mudha. Dhi. Intelligence, very, intelligence on the in the family and others. How can we get delivered? And Naraji had said at that time that two things: Vasudeva Arpanam Sakshat Upasita Mahamunim. Everything you have, you offer it to Lord, not thinking that it's yours, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. That giving up that mentality of proprietorship, I am the owner, proprietor, or whatever. Giving up that mentality and Upasita Mahamuni. Upasita Mahamuni means associating with great sages so that you can hear from the Lord. Best thing is you associate, but associate for what? Why do you associate with devotees, senior devotees?
To hear about the Lord.
To hear about the Lord from them. To hear about and that will bring about the purification. So here, so we can see that Yudhishthir and others, they also always heard about the pastimes of the Lord. Even in the forest, and there are so many qualified Brahmanas who would be speaking, and they will be hearing all the time. And here Lord is giving the same instructions that, you get to the Brahma Bhuta platform. And this is called Brahma Bhuta platform or Brahman platform by Brahmavadipi. And when you get to that platform, you will get to that platform, of course, because in the previous verse, Lord says that you will come to me. The previous verse 19, na badhaya grihamataha. You will not get entangled by the guest ashram. And then na muhyanti. You will not get
Bewildered.
You'll never get bewildered, right? So you'll not get bewildered, na muhyanti, and also na sochanti. You'll not lament, because if you are living in, in a grest ashram, there can be different kinds of things which can bring about sochanti, lamentation. We could see even, what was the name of someone who was actually, there was kirtan going on at his place, he's a gresta, and his son dies. Who was that? Whose son was that? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, was singing, the Srivas Prabhu's son, and his son dies. So if he had too much attachment, then Sridas Prabhu what will happen to him, Srivas Thakur?
He would have lamented, Prabhuji. But
He would have lamented, but he's he doesn't want to disturb the kirtan at all. He's just busy with the kirtan. So na sochanti, na muhyanti means you will not get bewildered. The bewilderment, this is mine, that's mine, this family is mine, this body is mine. I have to look after my body. I have to look after my children. I have to do this, do that, and always thinking about the family and the house and all these things. Na muhyanti, na hrishyati yatto gata. Hrishanti means neither.
Not to be jubilant.
Jubilant, and so this is due to that platform Prabhupada writes. So all these things, Lord directly is guiding the prachetas. So we have some time for some discussion. So any questions or comments, or you can just say what you have learned today. What are some of the things you learned in this verse?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandot Pranam. Thank you very much. You explained this text so nicely and so deeply, digging out all the important aspects of this verse related to, and how this family life, even we are in the family life, still we can continue the devotional service without any distraction if we fulfill the wishes of the Lord by engaging the devotional service towards Him. And that is what the subject matter is running around. Yes, in every activities in the material stage, all the activities are very boring and repetitive. But the spiritual activities, chanting the Lord's name, remembering the Lord, hearing about Lord, glorifying the Lord, is all blissful. We never get tired of it. It ever refreshing because the Lord is sitting in the heart, giving every moment, surcharging us to become fresh and remain fresh ever. So here Lord is instructing the 10 prachetas not to be worried about uh, marrying one daughter of Pramalocha. You won't be uh, you won't be losing anything. Rather, you will be attaining me. Even you follow the household life. So that is the instruction Lord is giving, trying to make them understand the real glories of Lord's Katha behind this scene. Thank you so much. Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. Yes,
Hare
even
Krishna
we can.
Prabhu,
Yes,
Dandavat
Prabhu.
Pranam Prabhu.
Done.
Just want to understand, my mother actually, she was very spiritual lady. She used to write Ram Ram every day in the morning, in the evening, and she did it for many, many years.
Yes,
So
Prabhuji.
during the end of her life,
Mm,
when I was there with her, when I was telling her to write Ram Ram Ram, she never did that because
mm,
her body doesn't had an energy to write something which she had done, and she used to say, "Oh, I did the whole of my life. My life is spiritual life."
mm.
She couldn't do that. Can you please elaborate a little bit more on that?
So you asked her to write Ram.
No, no, no. She used to write Ram every day in the morning and evening for hours.
Uh,
But during the end of her life, when I was to tell her to write Ram, she said, "No, I've done this for all of my life."
mm.
But she didn't have that energy to maybe write down the Ram, or I don't know how. Can you please a little bit?
Yeah, yeah. So sometimes, when you get old, the body will not allow you to do certain
Hmm.
things, because writing requires, some. It's not that easy for a very old person to do. Sometimes old people actually cannot, move their hands properly. They cannot hold things properly. What to speak of holding something like a pen? They can't even hold, uh, you know,
Correct.
bigger things. They find it very hard to, right? So, but the thing is, important thing is, for even if we write Ram or we chant Ram, we need to have the right kind of consciousness when we are doing it. So if she had been doing it, if she had been writing Ram, 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 and then if let's say she was not able to write, but if she was chanting the all in the name of Ram, that would have been beneficial. So I don't know whether she was chanting or not. Was she chanting as well?
No, no, no. She wasn't chanting, but while writing, she used to write Ram, Ram.
Mm.
She used to
Mm.
write Ram, and then you say Ram, Ram.
Uh, yeah, so it really depends. Some people, yeah, if they're chanting and if they have the right consciousness, then Lord will actually definitely help. So if she had been doing it whole her life and because of old age she could not do it, then of course Lord looks after the devotees. It says just like Bhishma could not move. Bhishma was lying on the bed of arrows
Correct.
and he could not move at all. He could not go. There was no chance for Bhishma to go and see the Lord at the time of death. But Lord actually went to him.
Yes.
And similarly, if we are not able to remember for some reason, if we are not able to chant the name of the Lord will actually make us remember Him at the time of that. Because some people actually, because of the body is a material body, and because sometimes people are not able to chant at the time of death. Of course, they can't speak clearly, but still, Lord actually makes them remember Him at the time of death. If you have been doing it constantly, it's a Lord's divine arrangement. It's mentioned in the scriptures.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Hare Krishna. Thank you. Anything else, anyone? Anything else we learned, or any questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for the very elaborate discussion on this verse. One thing, maybe you can elaborate more, is that the Lord blessed the Prachitas with 1 million Celsius years of material life. Although He said they will not be entangled, still it's a very, very long time. And would you please explain or elaborate why would the Lord give such a long benediction this and put a person was like 1 million Celsius years in material life?
So why Lord gave
Such a long duration of
like long
1 million
duration?
is a very long time. You know.
Yeah, it really depends on how much their services are required. So, if, for example, we see that Yudhishthir, if you look at the amount of effort they had to put in to get the kingdom back, right? Isn't it true? They had to put in so much effort, and they had to go to the forest, and then 12 years in forest, and Arjuna had to, go to the heavenly planets, and so much they had to do to get that kingdom. And of course, they had to fight and under the direction of the Lord. But when it came to ruling, how long did it rule for? How many years did Yudhishthira rule for, roughly?
Is it 36 years?
Yeah, 36 years. He ruled for about 36 years only, because only his services were required for how many years?
36 years.
36 years, because then Lord had to make arrangements for the next person to take over the leadership. Who was that?
Abhimanyu.
Someone who was protected in the womb by the Lord Himself.
Parikshit Maharaj.
Parikshit. Lord protected him. He was a Mahabhagavat, and Lord had to give him the kingdom. So and then the others had to retire. It was the time for them to retire. Only that much, only 36 years. If you think about it, it's not too long, isn't it true?
Yeah.
36 is not a very long time. Even the queen, the previous queen ruled for. She became a queen from at the age of less than 30, about 25 years. I think she became a queen, and she was the queen for more than 75 years. I think she was more than 100 years when she died. Isn't it true? What was? Yeah, but she was a queen for many years. Isn't it true?
Very
But yes, but we see that Yudhishthir and them, Yudhishthir was only about 36 years. And when it was at the time of, after it was the time, when he was kissed, so it was a time for him to get Srimad Bhagavatam, and he left, and then the next person was Janmejay, was ready. So in this case, it is it's a long period. Of course, it looks very, very long, those many years, but that's the time when till then, they were required. Their services was required. Why would Prabhupada actually, not live 100 years? Some people live more than 100 years, but his services was required for those many years, and that was Lord's arrangement. So whatever, some of them, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only stayed for how many years? 46 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, 46 years. So
48 years.
everyone,
48.
yeah?
48.
48, sorry, 48,
24,
48 years, 24 years, and 24, yeah. So it is how much one's services are required, especially for when it comes to devotees, how much one's services are required. Like my god brother was, very elevated sannyasi. He took just sannyas, and after that he did not stay for too long. God Krishna Maharaj, and he had to leave his body. But and he was such a great devotee, but his services were required and only for those many years, and it's Lord's arrangement to take them and to take them directly to his own planet, or and engage them in some service in another planet.
Thank you, Prabhu. Very explanation. Depends on the amount of service the Lord requires.
Yeah. So how much the Lord wants them to save before they go to the next destination.
Mhm. Also, they were blessed with only one son. I mean, there's 10 Prachetas.
Yeah. They had blessed with only one son, and he was very, very expert at begetting children. These 10 of them get one wife and one child only, and that's, of course, all know the name is Daksha. Yeah. Anything else? Okay. Anything else? So thank you all the devotees. Yes,
Yes. In this regard, we can also refer the name of Raghunath Das Goswami also. He had got a beautiful wife and has so much opulence, but in spite of that, he was not attached to his material possessions.
Yes.
And he decided to leave this aside and became a disciple of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and went to Nityananda Prabhu, got his blessings, and in this way, we can see that those who are great devotees, for them, irrespective of their material condition, they are detached from all these things.
Yeah, we have to be very, very careful. At least we have to take shelter of the devotees and hear about the Lord and follow the. Of course, the Prachetas got the opportunity to directly get instructions from the Lord, and Kardam Rishi and Arjuna and Yudhishthir and all of them. But for us, we have to follow the senior devotees. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, all the devotees. Shri Shri Radha Girdhari Bhagwan ki jai. Shri Shri Gaunitaya Bhagwan ki jai. Shri Damodar Bhagwan ki jai. Shri Shri Sitaram Lakshman Bhakta Hanuman ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Vancha Kalpatarvesya Kripa
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.
His grace Madhav Govinda Prabhu ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Lord Premanande
हरि
Hari
हरि
Hari
बोल।
Bol.